When you're learning any new automation framework, you have to start with the fundamentals. For PyTest, the absolute foundation is how you name your files and functions. So let's look at those rules. There are about 4 rules, and one of them is a little tricky. So rule number 1 is the names for your files. The test go into a file, so the name of the file either has to start with the word test underscore, or it has to end with underscore test. That's the only way PyTest is going to find them. When you run the command pytest and run some tests, if the file doesn't follow those rules, it won't find them. Rule number 2, inside of the files, you have actual test functions. Then if you have test functions, the functions themselves need to start with the word test underscore. That's the only way. They cannot end with underscore test like the file names. The function names need to start with test underscore. That's rule number 2. Rule number 3, if you decide to use a class, you don't have to use a class, but if you decide to use a class, the name of the class needs to start with test, just like this. T-E-S-T, uppercase T. It needs to start with that. And inside of the class, the methods, of course, they gotta have the same rule, which is the functions or methods needs to start with test underscore. So the class name is rule number 3. And rule number 4, which is tricky, is if you have a class, if you decide to use a class, the class should not have an init. The constructor should not be there. If you have a constructor, if you have an init inside of your class, this class is no longer a test class, and PyTest will not be able to find it. So those are the simple rules you have to remember. They are very basic and they are absolutely required. If you just learned something, give this video a like, subscribe to my channel. All I do is create content related to QA automation and software testing.